Exercises. Percent. To have to. Car dealer. Wrong. Till. Badly. Fortunately. To arrive. To arrive at. To arrest. Real. Really. Again. Decision. For sale. To be afraid. Cyborg. Housekeeper. Safe. The United States. Exercise 1. Where do you live?
I live in the country.
Are you a farmer?
Yes, I grow some oats and rye.
Do you also produce meat?
Yes, I have some cattle.
I must go to the bank, Mary.
Why?
Well, we need a loan to buy some new furniture for the bedroom.
How much do you want to take?
I think that as much as for my 4 months' revenue.
What about the rate of interest?
Well, it's only 6%. Are you going to the cinema with me?
What do you want to see?
There's a new film with Harrison Davies at the scene.
Well, thanks, but it's -10 outside. It's too cold for me to go out.
So, how do you want to go to work tomorrow?
I'm not going to work. I'm going on holiday. Exercise 2. If you want to buy a new car, you must think about many things. Money is, of course, one of them. But now you don't have to pay in cash. You can get a car on instalments, which is more favourable for you. You go to a car dealer and choose the car you want to have. You pay a deposit and drive the car. Then you must pay monthly instalments for 4 or 5 years. If you pay all the money, the car is yours and you can sell it to buy a new one. On instalments, of course. What must you think about if you want to buy a new car? How can you get a car? Where do you go? What do you choose? What do you pay? What must you pay for 4 or 5 years? When is the car yours? Exercise 3. Why aren't we driving?
The car has stopped. I think the engine isn't working.
So go and check it.
OK. Well, I don't know what can be wrong. I'm not a mechanic.
I know you aren't. Do we have enough petrol?
Yes, we do. We filled it up an hour ago.
Can you check the battery?
The battery is new. Don't you remember we bought it last week?
Yes, I do. What can we do now? How will you get to the telephone?
On foot. Exercise 4. Simon lives in the centre of the city, but he would like to live in the suburbs. There are 2 million inhabitants in the city, and Simon says that every day almost all of them pass the main street where he lives. There are always thousands of pedestrians who do the shopping, go to the banks or offices, and all the time they are awfully noisy. Simon can't even sleep in the afternoon when he is tired after work. He dreams about selling his apartment and buying a small house in nice surroundings where there are no cars, no traffic and no traffic lights. But who will buy his apartment? Everybody prefers quiet suburbs.
Where does Simon live?
Simon lives in the centre of the city.
How many people live in Simon City?
2 million people live in Simon's city.
What do the pedestrians do in Simon's street?
They do the shopping, go to the banks or offices.
Are they quiet?
No, they are awfully noisy.
When can't Simon sleep?
Simon can't sleep in the afternoon when he is tired after work.
What does Simon dream about?
He dreams about selling his apartment and buying a small house in nice surroundings.
Can he sell his apartment?
No, he can't.
Where does everybody prefer to live?
Everybody prefers to live in quiet suburbs. Exercise 5. I've just lost my job.
It can't be true. How did it happen?
Well, the management reduced the number of employees because the results were very bad.
So you must look for another job now.
I know, but I'm only an unskilled labourer, so I have hardly any opportunities to get a job.
What has just happened to Tom?
He has just lost his job.
What did the management do?
The management reduced the number of employees
Why did they do it?
because the results were very bad.
What must Tom do now?
He must look for another job
Why does Tom have hardly any opportunities to get a job?
because he is only an unskilled labourer.
Tom has just lost his job. The management reduced the number of employees because the results were very bad. Tom must look for another job now. He has hardly any opportunities to get a job because he's only an unskilled labourer. Exercise 6. Have you got any tea?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have a little.
Have you got any money?
Yes, but only very... Yes, but only very little.
Where are your checks?
There are... on the desk. There are a few on the desk.
How many friends have you?
I have very... friends, but all of them are reliable. I have very few friends, but all of them are reliable.
Did you see any interesting films last week?
Well, I saw films, but I didn't like any of them. Well, I saw a few films, but I didn't like any of them.
Have you enough information about this bank?
Oh no, just... Oh no, just a little.
When will the car be ready?
In 2 weeks, they have 2 mechanics to do the job. In 2 weeks, they have too few mechanics to do the job.
We must go to shops to buy the things we want. We must go to a few shops to buy the things we want.
Well, why don't we go to a department store?
Are there any traffic lights in this street?
Very... But they will put more, because there are a lot of accidents. Very few, but they will put more, because there are a lot of accidents.
What about this year's crop?
Well, there is a lot of oats, but very... Wheat. Well, there is a lot of oats, but very little wheat. Exercise 7. You can. Wake up when you hear the alarm clock. Clean the floor with a mop. Cook on the gas cooker. Cook in a saucepan. Put the cups into the cupboard. Wash the dishes in the sink. Put on the walls in the bathroom. Put the tiles on the walls in the bathroom. Put your clothes into the wardrobe. Throw out things into the rubbish bin. Put on when you go to bed. Put on the dressing gown when you go to bed. Pour water into the bucket. Have a horrible nightmare at night. Put your head when you are in bed. Put your head on the pillow when you are in bed. Put on the floor in the room. Put a rug on the floor in the room. Put a lot of in your apartment. Put a lot of furniture in your apartment.
Exercise 8. Jane gets up at 7 every day. At 8, She usually has breakfast. Then she goes to work at 8:30. She is in her office at 9. At 1, she has lunch. Then she goes back to work and works till 7. Jane is back home at 7:30. Then she usually has dinner with her friend Jack at 8. She returns home at 9:30. Then she goes to bed and reads till 11.
Jane had breakfast after she had got up. Before she was home at 7:30, she had gone back to work and worked till 7. She returned home at 9:30 after she had had dinner with her friend Jack. Before she went back to work, she had had lunch. Jane read till 11 after she had returned home. Exercise 9. Do you think this river is deep?
Well, it looks deep.
Don't you think the music is terrible?
Well, it sounds, for me, but our son likes it very much. Well, it sounds terrible for me, but our son likes it very much.
I didn't know John was only 30 years old.
Well, he looks. I thought he was 40. Well, he looks old. I thought he was 40.
Is the meat good?
Yes, the meat tastes, but the potatoes aren't fresh. Yes, the meat tastes good, but the potatoes aren't fresh.
Can you smell it? Isn't it horrible?
Well, it smells. Throw it into the rubbish bin. Well, it smells horrible. Throw it into the rubbish bin.
You are beautiful, Mary, and you look in this dress. You are beautiful, Mary, and you look beautiful in this dress.
But Simon, I have had this dress for 10 years. It's so old.
We're going abroad. Isn't it great?
It sounds really... When are we going? It sounds really great. When are we going? Exercise 10. The news has alarmed everybody. The news has been to everybody. The news has been alarming to everybody. The work exhausted John. The work was to John. The work was exhausting to John. Peter promised to buy me a car. Peter's idea is promising. The negotiations disappointed people. The negotiations were to people. The negotiations were disappointing to people. The difference between those two discounts struck me. The difference between those two discounts was to me. The difference between those two discounts was striking to me. This film will move you deeply. This film will be deeply to you. This film will be deeply moving to you. Joan has just caught a dangerous disease. This disease is very catching. Their idea to visit Europe surprised me. Their idea to visit Europe was to me. Their idea to visit Europe was surprising to me. The bargain excited Jane because she saved a lot of money. The bargain was to Jane because she saved a lot of money. The bargain was exciting to Jane because she saved a lot of money. I am always so tired after work. Work is always, for me, work is always tiring for me. Exercise 11. The heat is horrible.
Do you mind the window? Do you mind opening the window?
Don't you have enough books to read?
Well, I can't help new ones. Well, I can't help buying new ones.
Can you repair the alarm clock?
Well, I don't mind it now. Well, I don't mind doing it now.
I must talk with our daughter. She returned home too late yesterday.
It's no good with her. She never listens to us. It's no good talking with her. She never listens to us.
Do you think the weather will be good tomorrow?
There is no... I've heard about showers and sunny spells. There is no saying. I've heard about showers and sunny spells.
I hope Mary will not find it here.
I'm sure she will. This is like it in her room. I'm sure she will. This is like hiding it in her room.
It's winter now, and I can't help about our holidays. It's winter now, and I can't help thinking about our holidays.
Well, we can think about some trips.
We must have new sheets.
Well, I don't mind new sheets, but have we enough money? Well, I don't mind buying new sheets, but have we enough money?
Will Betty and John come to see us?
It's no good them when your parents are coming. It's no good inviting them when your parents are coming.
Do you mind earlier? Do you mind departing earlier?
Oh no, we must be in London at 8. Exercise 12. There was a terrible accident on the thoroughfare near the underground station. The driver of a big lorry who wanted to overtake a cab ran over a pedestrian on the zebra crossing and then hit the traffic lights. The pedestrian was badly injured, but fortunately the ambulance arrived after 5 minutes and the doctors took the pedestrian to hospital. The witnesses to the accident say that the lorry didn't have the right of way and the driver accelerated just before the zebra crossing. The driver was arrested by the police, who say that this was the most serious accident in February. The weather was very bad that day, the roads were slippery and the brakes of the lorry didn't work well enough.
Where did the accident happen?
The accident happened on the thoroughfare near the underground station.
What did the lorry driver want to do?
He wanted to overtake a cab.
What happened to the pedestrian?
The pedestrian was run over by the lorry.
Was the pedestrian injured?
Yes, he was badly injured.
When did the ambulance arrive?
The ambulance arrived after 5 minutes.
Where did the doctors take the pedestrian?
They took him to hospital.
What did the witnesses say?
They say that the lorry didn't have the right of way and the driver accelerated just before the zebra crossing.
What happened to the driver?
The driver was arrested by the police.
What do the police think about the accident?
They think it was the most serious accident in February.
Why did the accident happen?
Because the weather was very bad that day, the roads were slippery and the brakes of the lorry didn't work well enough. Exercise 13. Where are my receipts?
I don't know. Ask your son. I don't know where your receipts are. Ask your son.
Who wanted to speak to me?
I don't know. It was a woman, but I don't know her. I don't know who wanted to speak to you. It was a woman, but I don't know her.
When are Peter and Joan going to the mountains?
I don't know. You must ask them. I don't know when they are going. You must ask them.
Why isn't he reading?
I don't know. I told him to do so. I don't know why he isn't reading. I told him to do so.
Where is the mop?
I don't know. Didn't you take it to the kitchen? I don't know where the mop is. Didn't you take it to the kitchen?
Which of these cars is the most economical?
I don't know. But I like the red one best. I don't know which one is the most economical, but I like the red one best.
Why aren't you satisfied with this gas cooker?
Ask my husband, because I don't know. I am. Ask my husband, because I don't know why he isn't satisfied. I am.
When do they want to fertilise the soil?
I don't know to do it. I don't know when they want to do it.
Who left this pillow in our car?
I don't know it here. Ask Simon. I don't know who left it here. Ask Simon.
Where is my umbrella?
I don't know. I don't know where your umbrella is. Exercise 14. Is there anything to eat in the fridge? Yes, there is. Yes, there is something. No, there isn't. No, there isn't anything. No, there is. No, there is nothing. Has Peter offered anybody the job? Yes, Peter has offered the job. Yes, Peter has offered somebody the job. No, Peter hasn't offered the job. No, Peter hasn't offered anybody the job. No, Peter has offered the job. No, Peter has offered nobody the job. Did you see my spectacles anywhere? Yes, they must be in the room. Yes, they must be somewhere in the room. No, I haven't seen them. No, I haven't seen them anywhere. No, I could see them. No, I could see them nowhere. Did you meet anybody in the zoo? Yes, I saw. I thought it was John, but he was too far from me. Yes, I saw somebody. I thought it was John, but he was too far from me. No, I didn't see. No, I didn't see anybody. No, I saw there. No, I saw nobody there. Have you anything for me from Peter? Yes, he gave me for you. Yes, he gave me something for you. No, he didn't give me for you. No, he didn't give me anything for you. No, I have for you. No, I have nothing for you.
Exercise 15. Let's go to this new department store.
OK, we can buy it at a discount today.
Don't forget to take the shopping bag.
And the shopping list. Do you remember where I put it?
Oh no, can't you see it near the oven?
No, it's the old one. Oh, here it is, in the bag.
Well, it's a great supermarket. I'll take a trolley.
I'd like to get the towels which we saw in the shop window. Where are they?
Ask the shop assistant.
She says they are very cheap today. It's a real bargain. I'll take 3.
OK, we have a mop, a bucket, a rubbish bin, 1 blanket and towels for you in the trolley, and for me?
An alarm clock. You won't be late for work again.
Bill wants to go to the new department store today. Kate hopes they can buy at a discount there. She takes her shopping bag, but she doesn't know where the shopping list is. Bill can find the old one near the oven, but Kate wants the new one. When they go to the supermarket, they can see it is great. Bill takes a trolley and they enter the shop. Kate saw nice towels in the shop window and she wants to find them. The shop assistant tells her the towels are very cheap today, and Kate says it's a real bargain. She takes 3 towels and a mop, a bucket, a rubbish bin, and 1 blanket. Bill also wants to get something. Kate takes an alarm clock for him. Bill will never be late for work again.
16. I can't come to see you tomorrow.
Oh, no. Please. Oh, no. Please do come to see me.
Has Jack repaired the tap in the kitchen?
Yes, he has. I asked him to repair it yesterday, and he... Yes, he has. I asked him to repair it yesterday, and he did so.
What time did you get up?
I got up as early as you. I got up as early as you did.
Has Mary dusted the shelves?
No, she hasn't. I told her to dust them, but she... No, she hasn't. I told her to dust them, but she didn't.
Did Simon remember about his sister?
Well, I told him to take it seriously, and he... Well, I told him to take it seriously, and he did so.
I will not listen to you.
Please. For a moment. It's very important. Please do listen to me for a moment. It's very important.
Where were you yesterday?
I went to the cinema, as you... I went to the cinema, as you did.
What do you think about Chris?
Well, I don't like him so much as you. Well, I don't like him so much as you do.
I'm sure he doesn't know this book.
But he just doesn't remember what it was about. But he did read it. He just doesn't remember what it was about.
Will you drive to London with me?
Oh, no, I haven't any money. I don't earn as much as you. Oh, no, I haven't any money. I don't earn as much as you do.
Exercise 17. Bedspread, fridge, sink, wardrobe, bucket, oven, dressing gown, double bed, rug, cupboard, alarm clock, sheets, saucepan, tap. Bedroom, bedspread, wardrobe, dressing gown, double bed, rug, alarm clock, sheets. Kitchen, fridge, sink, bucket, oven, cupboard, saucepan, tap.
Exercise 18. John met his colleague on the 3rd of January. I checked the timetable on the 25th of September. The witness saw this man on the 13th of December. We are going to the mountains. On the 5th of April, we are going to the mountains. It was drizzling all day on the 10th of October. Is the last day of the month? Is the 27th of February the last day of the month? Our holiday starts on this year. Our holiday starts on the 31st of May this year. That man stole our lorry on the 12th of August. The weather was changeable on the 2nd of November. We want to travel to the United States on the 1st of March. Is your birthday on the 21st of June? Do you know what will be on the 24th of December? The largest ship of this country was wrecked on the 7th of May. The ice melted on the 4th of October. She prevented the accident on the 11th of July.
Exercise 19. Where do you want to go on holiday?
I want to see the ocean. It must be impressive.
Well, it is really beautiful, but the weather is severe there in May. There can be thunderstorms, hail, and even hurricanes.
I'm sure it's not so dangerous. Be serious. I know you prefer going to the mountains, but we were in the mountains last year.
Yes, can you remember the house we lived in that vast valley where the source of the river was?
Of course I can remember. What about the slippery roads and showers? We couldn't move anywhere without our umbrellas, and we were freezing all the time.
OK, will you be satisfied with a lake in a rural region, tall trees, safe roads, favourable weather?
Why didn't I think about it earlier? We can visit my friend. He's a farmer in a quiet village.
A quiet village, fields, meadows. You know what? I'm staying home. Where does Tom want to go on holiday?
He wants to go to the ocean.
What is the weather like there in May?
The weather is severe.
Can there be thunderstorms, hail and hurricanes?
Yes, there can.
What does Anne prefer?
Anne prefers going to the mountains.
Where did Anne and Tom live in the mountains?
They lived in a house in a vast valley.
What was there in the valley?
There was the source of the river.
What were the roads in the mountains?
The roads were slippery.
What did Anne and Tom take with them everywhere?
They took their umbrellas.
What will Tom be satisfied with?
He'll be satisfied with a lake in a rural region.
Where does Tom have a friend?
He has a friend in a quiet village.
Is his friend a farmer?
Yes, he is.
What is Anne's decision?
She's staying at home.
Exercise 20. Has he made any progress? Yes, he has made... Yes, he has made some. There are 2 plays to choose from. Which do we want to see? Which one do we want to see? Is there any news for me? Yes, there is. Yes, there is some. Do one of these tasks. Which is the easiest? Which is the easiest one? Can I take the petrol? Yes, take. Yes, take some. Did you see any money on the table? Yes, I saw. Yes, I saw some. They had a few houses for sale, and I chose the tallest. They had a few houses for sale, and I chose the tallest one. Have you enough strength to bring it here? Well, I have, but not too much. Well, I have some, but not too much. You can take a few of these batteries. Which do you choose? Which ones do you choose? Is there any information about the accident? Yes, there will be. In the evening? Yes, there will be some in the evening.
Exercise 21. That valley is close to the mountains. That vast valley is close to the mountains. Is Europe the largest on Earth? Is Europe the largest continent on Earth? She would like to live in the region. She would like to live in the mountainous region. Is the sea smaller than the... Is the sea smaller than the ocean? There is a shallow between those 2 high mountains. There is a shallow valley between those 2 high mountains. Where has the river its source? We've been at sea for a month now. When will I see... We've been at sea for a month now. When will I see land? The ship has just arrived at the... The ship has just arrived at the harbour. This region is almost... There are hardly any inhabitants here. This region is almost deserted. There are hardly any inhabitants here. These 2 lakes are connected by a... These 2 lakes are connected by a canal. Exercise 22. Jane, the wages in our factory are so low that yesterday we decided to go on strike.
Aren't you afraid that they can fire you?
Yes, I am. The rate of unemployment in our town is so high that they will have no difficulties in finding new labourers.
So why do you want a raise?
We must do something to earn more. Hundreds of my colleagues think so.
Is the trade union negotiating the raise with the management?
Yes, and I am also negotiating. I am a member of the trade union in our factory.
OK, I will support you. The are very in Bill's factory. The wages are very low in Bill's factory. The in his town is... The rate of unemployment in his town is high. The management will have no difficulties in finding new labourers. The labourers must do something to earn more. Bill's colleagues think so too. The trade union wants to start negotiations. They want to negotiate the raise. But yesterday they decided to go on strike.
Exercise 23. Job, too difficult, Peter, not take it. Interest rate, too high, we, not take a loan. Crop, low, they, have little money. Tires, cheap, she, buy two. Road, slippery, we, choose another one. Europe, too far for you, we, go to America. We, rich, we, live in the suburbs. This information, true, we, be in serious trouble. He, unconscious, he, stay in hospital for more than 2 weeks. Paying in cash, too risky, they, give you a cheque. If the job is too difficult, Peter will not take it. If the interest rate is too high, we will not take a loan. If the crop is low, they will have little money. If the tires are cheap, she will buy two. If the road is slippery, we will choose another one. If Europe is too far for you, we will go to America. If we are rich, we will live in the suburbs. If this information is true, we will be in serious trouble. If he is unconscious, he will stay in hospital for more than 2 weeks. If paying in cash is too risky, they will give you a cheque. Exercise 24. Look, Mary, this is my latest invention.
Well, I can see something on the floor. It looks strange to me. What is it?
It's a cyborg, a very useful one. It is strong and can do tasks which people can't do.
Like what? Flying?
Okay, tasks which are hard or too difficult for people.
Can it cook or repair the car?
Of course, it can do everything.
Great! Cooking is a task too difficult for me. Thanks to you, I will never have to do it myself.
But Mary, I want to sell it. It will bring us riches.
Thanks for the riches. If you make a housekeeper for me, this will be your most exciting invention. Bill shows Mary his latest invention. Mary can see something on the floor, but it looks strange to her. Bill says this is a very useful cyborg. It is strong and can do tasks which people can't do. Mary asks if this cyborg can cook or repair the car. Bill answers that it can do everything. Mary is satisfied because she thinks the cyborg will cook and she will never have to do it herself. But Bill wants to sell it because he hopes the cyborg will bring them riches. Mary doesn't want the riches. She wants a housekeeper. She says this will be Bill's most exciting invention. Exercise 25. There's a new department store in town.
Yes, a week ago. Yes, it was built a week ago.
Has Simon opened an account?
No, not yet. His account in a few days. No, not yet. His account will be opened in a few days.
Are they negotiating higher wages?
Yes, the wages... Now. Yes, the wages are being negotiated now.
Have you fertilised the fields?
Yes, they... Already. Yes, they have been fertilised already.
Have you made any progress?
Well, some progress. But I need more time. Well, some progress has been made, but I need more time.
Do you always write letters at work?
Oh, no. The letters... by my secretary. But now she's on holiday. Oh, no. The letters are written by my secretary, but now she's on holiday.
How many people support him?
Well, by his family and friends. Well, He is supported by his family and friends.
Will you allow Kate to return home so late?
Yes, she... But only this time. Yes, she will be allowed, but only this time. Have you ironed my white shirts?
Yes, all your clothes... Yes, all your clothes have been ironed. Did you go to the bank yesterday?
Yes, I did, but all the money... Do you know anything about it? Yes, I did, but all the money was withdrawn. Do you know anything about it? Exercise 26. Mary, I haven't had any idea that you work in this bank.
Peter, it's nice to see you after 10 years. What can I do for you?
I want to put my savings in this bank and open an account.
All right, fill in this form and deposit £100.
What is the rate of interest?
It's 10% yearly.
How soon can I apply for a loan?
If you deposit more than £200 monthly, you can get a loan after half a year.
It sounds good. And what about the cheques?
The bank will send you the cheques home in 2 weeks.
That's okay. Peter and Mary met after 10 years. Mary works in the bank where Peter wants to put his savings and open an account. First, he must fill in a form and deposit £100. The rate of interest in this bank is 10% yearly. He can apply for a loan after half a year if he deposits more than £200 monthly. And in 2 weeks, the bank will send him the cheques home.
When did Pete and Mary meet? Where does Mary work? What does Peter want to do? What must he do first? What is the rate of interest in this bank? What can he apply for? When can he apply for a loan? How much must he deposit? When will the bank send him the cheques? Where will the bank send the cheques?
Exercise 27. My colleague, who works in a bank, invited me to dinner yesterday. The witness that saw the accident last week lives in another city. The man whose children go to school with John has borrowed money from us a few times already. All people that, like animals, meet in this building every week. Peter, who visited me yesterday, brought a new film. The mechanic that repairs our lorry bought a new house last year. My sister, whose son is a member of the trade union, will go on holiday with us next month. This alarm clock, which I like very much, has been out of order for a few days. The spy that was caught yesterday will go to prison soon. John, whom I met an hour ago, said something about the strike.
Exercise 28. Where do poor people live in the cities?
They live in slums.
Where do farmers grow oats and wheat?
They grow oats and wheat in the fields.
What do you take to bring the shopping home?
I take a shopping bag.
What do drivers use to stop the car?
They use the brakes.
Where do you go to travel by ship?
I go to the harbour.
What do people get if they pay less for the things they buy?
They get a discount.
What do labourers get for their work?
They get wages.
How do you pay if not by cheque?
I pay in cash.
Which is the most important city in every country?
It is the capital.
What is a very short rain?
It is a shower.
Exercise 29. Peter, it's 8 o'clock.
Is it so? I must go to work. Is it so late? I must go to work.
Peter, can you do it for me?
Of course, I can do it. Of course, I can do it easily.
Be polite when you talk to the management.
I always talk to them very politely.
Look at this mountain. It's very impressive.
Look at this man there. Look at this man there. He is very high.
Did you see Anne yesterday?
Yes, she looked beautiful.
This is hard work.
I can see you work very hard.
How do you want to learn in this school? How long do you want to learn in this school?
5 years, I think.
What do you think about my car?
Well, you can drive but is it safe? Well, you can drive very fast, but is it safe?
Was the man injured?
Yes, he was injured. Yes, he was seriously injured.
Our children are playing in the garden.
Well, I can hear. They're doing it very noisily.
Exercise 30. I have no money and I can't go on holiday.
If I had money, I could go on holiday.
I won't forbid her to go there because Mary has already allowed her to go.
I would forbid her to go there if Mary didn't allow her to go.
I don't have this book at home, so I can't lend it to you.
If I had this book at home, I could lend it to you.
I will not support this idea because it is too risky.
I would support this idea if it weren't too risky.
This hotel looks deserted and we won't stay here.
If the hotel didn't look deserted, we would stay here.
He always lies and I don't like to talk to him.
If he didn't always lie, I would like to talk to him.
The fridge isn't turned on and the food doesn't freeze.
If the fridge were turned on, the food would freeze.
I will not ask her for money because she always refuses.
I would ask her for money if she didn't always refuse.
She would like to earn more, but she is only an unskilled labourer.
She would earn more if she weren't only an unskilled labourer.
They won't deliver it home because it is too heavy.
They would deliver it home if it weren't too heavy. Homework. Exercise 1. Betty, we have serious trouble.
What happened?
I went to the bank in the morning to withdraw some money, but I couldn't.
But there must be some money in the account.
No, the balance shows that we have withdrawn more than we could.
This is impossible. We have always tried to prevent such things. We checked the balance every week.
The last withdrawal was on Monday. Somebody took more than £1,000.
Something must be wrong here. We will go to the bank and talk to somebody.
I hope this will be enough.
Where are we, Simon?
Somewhere in the mountains. I must check. Look! The valley we have just passed is close to the lakes, which are in front of us.
When can we arrive at the harbour?
Well, not so fast. I think that's in 3 hours.
I hope we won't be late for the ship.
If the weather permits, we'll be there half an hour before the departure of the ship.
Do you think there can be a thunderstorm? The sky is clouded and the wind is strong.
The weather is always changeable in the mountains. Don't worry.
I'm afraid of the trip along the canal. Will it be long?
No, just 2.5 hours. We can reach our destination in 8 hours.
Sounds good.
Exercise 2. Jack has decided to go to London 2 days earlier. He wants to meet a few people there and talk about business. Jane asks him if he wants to travel by car or by train. Jack prefers the train because the roads are slippery today. Jane tells him to check the timetable. She is afraid that somebody will steal Jack's money and asks him to take cheques, not cash. Jack thinks it's a good idea. He has forgotten that he has only 3 white shirts and needs 5 of them. Jane must iron the shirts and 2 pairs of trousers. She hasn't much time to do it, and she must hurry. Jack looks at the timetable. He can read that his train departs at 10:30, so he'll be in London at 1:45.